Now, let's just see a better way to do this kind of movement for our camera. You see, in Gears of War that I did show you some gameplay of it, in their camera position changed a lot, and we should find a better way than this timeline to do it like this. Of course, at a lot of cases you need to do it like this to make a perfect animation for your camera, but I want to show you a not easier way but a modular way, so whenever you want to change the position of the camera it will be easier for you. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna delete this timeline. Okay, just delete it. And now I want to create another timeline, and let's just search for timeline, add timeline, and I want to call it aim or whatever you want to call it. Double click on it to open it, and in here I want to create a flow track like before, and I want to call this aim value. And now with that, let's just right click and add two keyframe in here. The first one I want it to be at time 0 to be 0. Okay, easy. And the length of our timeline I want to be 0.2 for this time. Okay, and now with that at time 0.02, so let's just put it there. When we click on the keyframe, the value I want it to be 1. Okay, now let's just click in here, and you can see it start from 0 and it will go to 1 after 0.2 seconds. And I want to select both of the keyframe like this, right click on them and change it to auto, so it is a curve, so it will be a smoother, right? Now we have our timeline, everything cool with that. What I'm going to do, I want to use another cool node that you should know in Unreal Engine. And if you right click and search for lerp, you can find there is a lot of lerp in here, but the one that we need this time, we need a lerp vector. Let's just create that and I will explain everything to you. So you can see in this lerp node there is two input vector A and B, and there is an alpha. And what it means, for example, the A, let it be 0, 0, 0, and the B, let it be 10, 10, 10, and 10, okay? So the A is 0, 0, 0, and B is 10, 10, 10. If we give this alpha value a 0, it will give us 0, 0, 0. If we give it a value like 0.5, connect a value like 0.5 to this alpha, it will give us 555 in output, something between A and B. And if we give it a 1 value for this alpha, it will give us 10, 10, 10. So this alpha value decide a value between A and B. And because we have this n value that is a float value between 0 and 1, and it starts from 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, it will smoothly go from A to B. Okay, now let's just connect that to alpha, and for the A we want it to be unaimed. Okay, let's just put it there, and for the B we want it to be aimed. Okay, so based off this aim value, that is a value between 0 and 1, and this alpha take as a value between 0 and 1, and it will start from 0 to 1 in 0.2 seconds. It will go from unaimed to aimed smoothly, right? So this is for aiming. Let's just select these two by holding Control and put it here for set relative location for our camera, and use this return value for our new location. Okay. Now with that, it needs an execution pin, and we can use the update pin of this. Everything cool. Let's just hit middle mouse twice in here to create this breakpoint in here, break node in here, so it will be better to see. Or let's just bring this up like this. The camera should be here, I think. So this is for zooming, and whenever we press aim or right mouse button, we want to play it from start, right? So now let's just compile and run, and if we hit right click, it will zoom. Okay, but it won't unzoom because we should create that for unzoom as well. Let's just delete this comment for now. Again, I want to use this aim, copy and paste it down here, and copy and paste this lerp node again in here with Control C, Control V. And this time we wanted to go from the aimed to unaimed like this. Let's just grab all of them, bring it here, and use this aim value, and with that it will smoothly go from aimed location for our camera to unaimed when we release the rightmost button, right? So again, let's just copy and paste these two for setting relative location for our camera. Connect this update execution pin to here and this return value to new location. Now let's just compile and run. If you right click in here, you can see it's zoom and unzoom. Everything is cool, right? So now if I change the value for unaimed and aimed in here, it will be changed for this aiming setup in here, okay? So it's easier. So for example, if I go to viewport and for example, I want for unaimed to be here, okay? For unaimed, I can just copy and paste this location of our camera and put it on unaimed in here by right clicking and pasting in here, okay, like this. Now if you run, you can see this is zoom and unzoom. It's so close. So let's just use Ctrl Z to bring it back and again run our game. So now everything go back to where we want. So if you say 0.2 seconds is a lot for zooming, you can easily change it in the timeline. Just go to timeline, change this length to 0.2, 0.1, okay, like this, and change this keyframe value to time 0.1, like this. Now again, let's just do it for this timeline as well. Change the length to 0.1 and change the time of this keyframe to 0.1 again and compile and run. And now you can see it's working fine. It's working as we want it, and whenever we want to change it, it will be okay. It will be easy to change it.